Hi everyone, it's Cindy and I've been working on some policy envelopes. I watched a video by ARTYmaze and I don't even know what she called it, but it definitely had policy envelopes in the title. And it's been just like, a week or so ago, so you can probably easily find it. I'll try to link it below, but I'm terrible at that, so definitely go look for ARTYmaze, ARTYmaze policy envelopes. But anyway, she was making them and using up paper that was white on one side. So scrapbook paper that was only one-sided, and she cut hers. It was a 12 by 12 sheet, and she cut it 12 by 5.5, and then she scored it at 1.5 down the long lines, and 1.25 down here, and then 6 3/4 down here, and that folded up into a policy envelope, okay, with guessets. Well, I watched that video, and then of course it was several days before I actually made any, so I had forgot about the gusseted part. And I know that on hers, she was putting the pretty scrapbook paper on the, let me do it with this sheet, on the inside, and then the outside was the white, okay? The one I had here has been coffee dyed, so it's not white. So she was putting this on the inside, and she collaged all of the front and the flap that showed. So that was her take on it. And then mine, I liked my paper, so I wanted it on the outside, so I collaged just the inside that showed. And on one of these, I think I just, yeah, right here, I didn't collage it, I just inked it. So, yeah, it just was, I like these policy envelopes, and I just watched her video, and it just kind of was a jumping off spot for me. So after I rewatched it, knowing I was going to make this video, I thought, oh my gosh, it had gussets. So I'll show you what I did on that. But the reason I'm even showing this video instead of just saying go see her, because I just wanted to show you a couple of things I did differently. One, I've made these a lot in the past, and to me they're basically the same thing. It's book page, of course, and I put 2 layers here and then 2 layers here, so you got like 4 layers in the actual pocket. And depending on your page thickness, you could just do 1 of each, and I've done that before, but I don't know, on this one I just did 2. Decorated with napkin, and then just did the little, I don't know what you call those things. I don't have my strings on here yet, but then to wrap the strings around. And I didn't do any measurements, I just whatever eyeballed it, and I used my corner rounder. I have a big one. It's gonna hide right here. I've had it forever, ever. I showed this before, Fisker's corner edgers, and it's a big round. You can do it, either cut out a divot like that, kind of like what a tag would be, or you can make these round corners. So I just like, I don't know, for some reason I like this. So I made some of those. So that was what I did. And then when I rewatched the video, I thought, oh my gosh, it's got gussets. Also, before I rewatched it, I thought, you could use wallpaper border to make these, because they're already basically the right size. You just figure out a length, cut your wallpaper border, and then make the pocket. So anyway, I started doing that, but I didn't have, let me see if I can find one. No, I didn't have them glued down yet. So I was able to go back and put the gussets in. So these, you can tell, have gussets, okay? They also have the little closures, which I haven't put the string on yet. I'm going to be spinning. Oops, see that one? You can get a good idea. It needs to be re-glued. And I'm wondering how this wallpaper will do with the glue. So we'll see. But, see, there's another one. I'll try the art glitter glue, because I was doing Fabri-Tac, so maybe that's not the best. If it just won't stick at all, I'll just run a straight stitch around. And but anyway, the thing about the wallpaper, it makes great filling and sturdy pockets, but also it has a built-in border that you, oops, didn't mean to slam it, that you could use to make your gussets. And I had a piece already cut. Sure I did. I had a piece of this already cut. I don't know what I do with it, but it probably rolled off somewhere. But yeah, let's just use this one that I already have cut. So what I did, of course, I don't measure it, and I did measure it when I cut it. I cut it at 14. So she did 12 by 5.5. I'm doing 14 just to make it a little longer, and my width goes by what this border. See the border of the border. I don't know what you call that. Anyway, so first thing I did was I just turned down the top to what I liked, and then I crease that, and then I fold up the bottom here. Oh, and see also on my border, they're all kind of flowery, so there's no one direction on them, which is good. So then I fold this up, and I can tell it's not cut straight. So, and then fold it. I need to trim that so it's a little straighter. I'll just do it by hand. We'll see how close I get. It's better. Okay, so there's my pocket. Now, to make it gusseted, I need to trim off the border from the top. And I'm not going to bother scoring it because she scored it at 1/2 inch. I'm just going to trim it where the border line's at. So, yeah, on the top part. So there's my flap. And then I'm going down to the other fold, which hopefully I'll see it. There it is. And then I'm going to angle cut it. And then I'm going to come back and do the same thing. There's the fold for the bottom part. Angle cut it, and then go straight up that border line, which I hope you can see. Kind of faint. Now, if your wallpaper border doesn't have a strip up down the side, then you can just crease it like on the, not crease it, what's the word I want? You know, whatever that word is I want. Score it. There it is. There's the word. You can score it, and then just like ARTYmaze did. So I'm just folding it on that line, which is the same line I was cutting on. And it's not straight. You try to get it straight. You could score this part if you wanted to. It makes it easier to fold, but I did it anyway. Okay, now I need to cut a divot out. It's right here. A little divot out. And there we go. So there's our pocket, and we glue it here to make the pocket. But before we do that, we need to put the little things in. So I had a few cut here. Let's see. Let's go with the pink ones. And there's one. And here's another one. And I just took my 1-inch punch right here. Hobby Lobby. Mine's scalloped around the edges, so when you're putting it together, 2 pieces together, you have to line up those little scallops. So I just eyeball it, and you probably can tell that on mine. They're not always centered. They're not always straight, but that's how I do it. Okay, and then I just kind of get an idea where this one goes, and then it's going to go by right there. I use my awl, and then I have some brads way long time ago from scrapbooking days. I'll just use those to attach it. I think you can use eyelets if you want. The brads are the easiest, of course. And then under here, I need to cover that up. And on this, I need to cover it up. Did I mention about how I wasn't collaging here? Okay, I don't think I did. I don't want to take the time to collage the inside, so I will just, oh, wrong side. Just, I can ink it up. Okay. Let's do this way so we can see. Anyway, you've seen people make the policy envelope. I forgot to trim that. So here you can see the scissors in motion. What's nice about this is I don't have to get it lined up or anything. I can just trim them like that. Okay. There we go. Sort of lined up. Now, there's something else I need to say. Was there? Was I talking about something else? Probably. I'm going to try the art glitter glue on this one. Oh, I was going to cover the back. So that's what it was. Yes, yes, yes. I had some paper here. Just what I was using to cut out some circles and some other ones. Let's go this way. I'll use a small piece for the center. I mean, for the back there, and then I'll use a bigger piece up here, and it kind of helps decorate that. It's center piece, not the flap, I guess. Front piece. There we go. Okay. Art glitter glue in my little bottle here. Oh, I was going to tell a story. Ha ha ha. I know, Roman, I told you in my next video, but I already had that video made. So in this one, the story is of Altus, Oklahoma. My dad he was born in Hugo, Oklahoma, but when he was in 9th grade, they moved to Hedrick, Oklahoma, which is about 15 miles. I looked it up. 15 miles from Altus. And Altus, Oklahoma is famous for one thing. Actually, it's not famous. It's known for one thing. It's got a Air Force base there. And the story, let's see, let me think. Let me start it out with, when I moved to Hugo, it was my 2nd year teaching, and I was a school librarian, and this kid was in 1st grade. His name was Ryan. His mother was a math teacher at the junior high. Junior high and this one elementary were all in the same building. So I knew Ryan from his 1st grade, right? And so I always knew how many years I'd been at Hugo, because I'd ask his mother, okay, what grade's Ryan in? 9th grade? Okay, I've been here 9 years. So anyway, Ryan's one of the few people that still call me by my maiden name. So he'll see me and he'll say, hi, Miss Gately. So anyway, very good kid. He wanted to be a pilot in the Air Force. So his mother, who was a single mother at the time, got him through flying lessons and went to OSU. He graduated, ROTC. So he ended up being a major in the Air Force. So anyway, when he first got out, they sent him to Langley. He flew little jets like senators all over the country in different places. So this isn't really the Altus story. I'm just rolling up to it. So one day, not one day, I was outside. This is when I lived in Hugo, and just was walking back from my husband's music studio, and I just heard this plane. So I looked up and I said, wow. And I think my husband walked out about then. I said, that's a weird plane. We don't see those kind going through here. Well, come to find out, it was Ryan flying, and he got permission from whoever to, I guess it was way back or his way, I don't know when, to fly over his mother's house, which wasn't too far from mine. And so she wasn't home. He called her, I guess, from the plane. He said, where are you? She said, I'm in Walmart. That's where everybody's at. He said, get home, because I'm going to be there. I'm going to be over the house in a few minutes. So he did. He buzzed the house. So anyway, she was telling this story the next day at school. And I said, oh my gosh, I saw him. I saw that plane. So I knew it was weird. And it was funny because when he flew over their house, he talked to her later and said, what was that blue stuff out in the yard? Big pile of blue stuff. And what it was carpeting from my house. We had removed the carpeting and got new carpeting, and his stepfather had taken it because he was going to put it in their hunting cabins up in the woods. So it was just outside. So he saw this blue stuff. So anyway, fast forward. After so many years at Langley, in the Air Force, I guess in all military, they only let you stay at one place for so long, and then they move you around. So his next place was in North Dakota, and he loved being home here, and because hunting and fishing, he was big into that. So any time he got off from the Air Force, he'd be here doing all that. So anyway, when he was in North Dakota, he went to his supervisor and said, hey, when it's time for me to, my 3 years are up, and he is like 1 year into it. He said, I want to go to Altus. Send me to Altus. And that's where I want for my next location. They said, okay. So anyway, not too long later, a month or so, they said, hey, Ryan, pack up your stuff. You're moving. You're going to Altus. He said, what? I still have like 2 years left. And the guy said, no, you don't understand. When we get someone that wants to go to Altus, we send them right away, because no one wants to go to Altus. That's because it's in the middle of just desert, nothing land. So anyway, that's my Altus story. It's not that great. It's just kind of fun to me, because see, my dad grew up not too far from there, and he calls it God's country. And no one else really likes it too much. Okay, So that's not sticking real well there. So I may put some more glue there and weigh it down, and then we'll just see. And if, like I said, if it doesn't hold it, you know, I will just run a little stitch up the side. I may do that anyway, just to make sure, because it could pop. I think I'm going to. I can't even get the glue out. So I'm just going to run a little stitch, just real close to the sides, just enough to hold. Well, does that interfere with the gusset? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. If it does, I'll come back on to the end of this video and say, hey, it interfered with the gusset. But anyway, that's me just yakking about stuff and just saying, go check out ARTYmaze video. And if you have wallpaper border hanging around, you're not sure what to do with it all, you might try it as policy envelope, and whether it has these borders or not. There's that piece I cut. Of course it's here. Then you can just take it to your scoreboard and score like ½ an inch down the side. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, I stitched around or down the sides of some of these, and I say it does interfere with the gusset a little bit. It doesn't open just quite as far, obviously, because you've got some stitching down there, but I still think it's fine. I mean, here's one that's been sewn, and let's get one that hasn't been. This one hasn't been. So, of course, the gusset on this one wasn't as big to start out with. So, anyway, it's just up to you what you want. Like these. Nope. See, it's right on the edges. So, maybe I'll just try some more glue there. I don't know. So, it's got a perfect line for sewing on this. So, anyways, just whatever you like. Here's one I made out of that one border. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye.